Hi, Mark. Great to meet you on Saturday and start to do some work on your game. Some great feedback done on Facebook talking about your round after this session, which was lovely to hear. On reflection, looking at these swings now, I think you can appreciate that you did make improvements. Your ball flight was obviously a lot better when you went out and played. The key point really was to get those hips moving a little bit more linear manner towards the target when viewed from face on. So we put the cane in place and we're trying to move through without getting the head to touch that cane. As a result, we get a little bit more linear movement in the hips and we get a much better extension and tucking of the butt in the through swing. As a result, the club comes out of the ground much better. You're not driving that club in the ground quite as quick and quite as deep. So the angle of descent is shallower and the angle of ascent is steeper. So we've got that club coming out of its descent and exiting higher, so you're going to hit the ball a lot higher, you're going to catch it a lot cleaner. One thing we do see there is as you come through on the middle screen, the better swing if you will, you cheat a little bit rather than the hips pushing forward to give you that nice tilt in the spine here that you're seeing. It's being done by the head drifting back a little bit. So although it is better, it's not ideal. What we've got to try and do is make or get the appearance that we're seeing at P8. So we want this appearance here, but with the upper axis being stable. You can see there that the upper axis, as you're coming into the golf ball, put this line on here, starts to work back as you're coming in. So rather than the hips continuing to push forward, you're just falling back with your head. Having said that, it's a much better move than you were making at the start of your session. That's just been a little bit critical at this moment in time, but it is a valid point that you want to try and consider. You want to try and stabilise the upper axis and get the lower centre, the hip centre if you will, moving forward further for longer. Something else I want to spend a little bit of time on, quite a lot of time on during your next session, and it's quite convenient because we'll be working on this with Chris as well. So if you can team up to do the double header that we discussed on Saturday, that would be great. I want to spend a lot of time working on P1 to P2. We really need to get this move here improved. At the moment the hands are coming up and the blade is rolling open. So obviously from there then it's going to be very, very hard for you to get that club to square up. Lost your pressure points and then you lunge down and forward and across the golf ball. So we're going to work quite extensively from P1 to P2 during your next session. On a positive note, much more good things than bad things towards the end of your session. Keep putting a good piece in there each session and your handicap's going to start tumbling down and you're certainly going to enjoy your game much, much more. Have a great Christmas. Look forward to working with you again and look forward to a very successful and productive 2012. Well done.